Huh. Why does the air feel spicy? Alright, guys, welcome back to another episode of our Alaskan Air Cargo adventure in our lovely DC-3. So it's been a couple days since I've played this last, but I did want to be able to get on here and fly this awesome aircraft around a little bit more, see if we can get better at it. Today we're going to be flying from Whitehorse, where we ended up last time, down to Juneau, Alaska. So we have to deliver some automotive parts. We've already got it all loaded in there. And now we're going to kind of get her going. We have had our other pilot, Owen Musto, taking a whole bunch of cargo for us. So he's been making us a lot of money while we've been kind of just chilling, which has been very nice. So, yeah, what we're going to do is complete this flight. We'll fly all the way down to Juneau. We'll see if we can keep making some money and keep upgrading airplanes and getting more pilots and really just accomplishing our cargo goals here. So, and maybe eventually we'll start doing some passenger flights too. All right. So right now I have the aircraft loaded up. So currently on board, everything should still be matching. Pilot, we probably want to drop this down to my actual weight. There we go. And fuel-wise, we have 4390. We supposedly loaded 4386 per the air hauler 2. And our payload is 2483, which that matches because it should be 2133 for the automotive parts and my weight and whatever else I added in there. So that'll be fine. We don't really have to worry about that too much. So we got our battery on. We can see our left main is full. Our left aux is empty. Our right main is almost full. And our left aux is empty. And that should kind of match what this says here. It doesn't match what it says, but you know what? Hey, I think there's just a problem with the coding here. So let's get started here. Our flight today should be pretty much VFR. We are going to be flying above the clouds. So we are going up to about 19,000 feet. And we'll just be heading basically directly south. Now, of course, we do have the VORs and the NDBs that we can tune. So, you know, we will be tuning CGL here. And that should take us directly to it. CGL is going to be 212. So other than that, it should actually be a pretty nice day in Alaska. Let's get through some checklists here. So we got our battery switch on. I know they want it off, but we got it on. Fuel gauges we check. Cowl flaps are going to be open. Cowl flaps are open. Pitot heat check off. So our pitot heat, let's see if we can find this thing again. Should be over here. Pitot heat is off. Lights as required. Let's turn our position lights. And that ought to do it. Parking brake set. So parking brake, remember it's way down here. That is set. Fuel selectors, left to left main, right to right main. So left side we want left main. And then right side we want right main. Beautiful. Propeller controls, full forward, high RPM. So our prop controls, full forward, high RPM. Mixtures, full rich. There's our mixtures, they're full rich. Throttle's cracked open. It's about good. And then pitot heaters off again, so we're good. Interesting. Okay, fuel booster pumps need to go on. So let's go ahead and turn on our right and left fuel booster pump. Master ignition needs to be on. We need to make sure that these are in the both position. There we go. For our magnetos. Starter right engine on and then wait. So let's do energize. Let's make sure our primer's down. It is. And let's energize the right side. All right. So we're waiting. Give it a couple seconds here. Energizing. Meshing. priming. And let's see if we can get her to start. Beautiful. All right. Check all of our instruments. So carb air, not sure why it's showing a hot temperature over here, but that's okay. And then the air over here is fine. Temperature is rising. Temp's rising here too. So cylinder heads and the oil temperature. And manifold pressure, RPMs look stable. Very good. Okay, let's start the left side. All right, so we can hear it energizing. And let's go ahead, let's measure. Oh, okay. Thought you had to pop that up for a second. There we go. So our propeller is running. And same kind of check here. You want to make sure that everything's rising. Oil temperature's rising on the left and the right. Cylinder heads. And we are all stable across our gauges here. Battery switch is already on. Ground power switch is off. So warm up hydraulic pressure between 675 and 925. Let's increase this a little bit. There we go. Fuel booster pump, right engine off. Oil pressure will check. So oil, temperature, fuel pressure, oil pressure. Here we go. Oil pressure looks okay. It's not yet up in the green, but we're not running at a high setting yet, so that's okay. Oil temperature is looking good. Interesting that our fuel pressure is slightly different. Oh, that's because we turn off the booster, right? That makes sense. And magnetos, let's drop our mags again. So remember what we said last time, we want to see a decrease in the RPM. So if we come up here and we... Oops, let's do the right side first. All right, here we go. So right side, have a slight decrease in the RPM. Still a slight decrease, and now you can see it returning back to normal. And then check the instruments. The other instruments look pretty much correct. I don't see anything crazy going on here. So let's do the same for the other side. Boost pump's off on the left. Fuel pressure should equalize. It does. Let's go ahead and check our mags on the left side. Okay. Taxi tail wheel unlocked. I don't remember which one's locked or unlocked. I'm going to push it forward. We'll see what happens. Brakes tested set, parking brake set, and then flight control's free and correct from there. So let's get rid of our brake. And let's start moving forward here. I think that my tail wheel's not locked, so let's give that a shot. Let's see. Hey, we're actually turning now. That looks good. Okay, so while we're taxiing, let's get some things set in here. Now remember, I did say that there was an NDB here. So this NDB is what we're going to be going direct to. So if any of you guys haven't flown an NDB or flown to an NDB, you're going to learn how to do it today. 212 is going to be on the NDB. So 212 is the frequency we're going to put in there once we're finished up with our turn here. Okay. So our NDB, we need to go up here and we need to set 212. 212 on our NDB. And what's going to happen is our radio compass is going to be pointing directly at the NDB when we get closer. So, again, it's VFR. I know we need to head straight south. We don't have an NDB, I don't think, in between here and there that we can hook up to. So once we get a little bit closer, we'll hook up to that, and that'll kind of point us in the right direction. There's an NDB here. I guess there is HNS over there if we wanted to go there first and then down through the valley. Maybe we'll do that. Maybe we'll go direct to this one. So 245 is going to be the frequency for it. This guy needs to get out of my way. Just ignore that. Alrighty. So 245. Let's do that then instead here. So NDB 245. Let's see if that does anything. Probably can't pick it up yet. That's quite alright. Like the sounds of those engines. They're pretty sweet. Alrighty. So let's go here. Let's get our fuel boost pumps on now. We'll turn on our de-icing. I know it says carby off. Nah, we'll leave it off. Let's make sure we don't run off our runway here. Looks like those trees are actually awfully close. That's all I need is a crash. It is a really pretty airplane. I do like the DC-3 quite a bit. I wish it was slightly more modern, like if it had like a better autopilot, one that you could actually couple to something. That'd be kind of cool. It would make make flying it a lot easier. All right, we're at the runway. Runway looks clear. All right, runway 32 left is confirmed. Everything's closed. We're on the runway. Let's start giving her a little bit of power here. So remember, we want to be very, very smooth, very careful. We want to have some down pressure on the yoke. Because this airplane loves to pitch straight up. Alright, not too much here. See if we get that wind flowing over the airfoils. There we go. And there we are. Cool. Very, very cool. Got our positive brake gears coming up. And it looks like our NDB isn't exactly matching where we're going yet. So we know that currently we're on a heading of 320. So that means that we're going north. So if we turn to the left, we know that we'll start heading west and then south. Remember, we're kind of traveling backwards on the compass. As we turn left, this thing turns right. So that is one of the more difficult things about this aircraft. Flying on the old magnetic compass. Landing lights are off, position lights are good. We do have the lead and lag errors here too. Hey, here we go. Our NDB is actually working now and is pointing us directly to the station. So realistically, if we just go on this direction, we should be good to go. We'll keep us climbing. Okay, so it looks like about a 160 heading. Maybe a 170 heading. Take us directly to the VOR. So 165. Okay. So let's spin this to a 165. There's a 160. If we just match it up here. So we want to be on about a heading of 165. Remember, you got to go right to pull this thing to the right. So pull it from the left. There we go. That ought to do it right there. Okay. And let's see. Can we pull up my pitch hole gyro pilot? This. Let's pull up my wings here. Want to keep us climbing best we can. Alrighty, there we are. And then let's hold this heading. And gyro pilot pitch should be good. Okay. And we're climbing. We're holding our heading. We do need to go to the right a little bit. So that means we got to spin this to the left. Okay. Not confusing at all. So if we take a look at our guidance here, we should be flying directly to HNS VOR. Or HNS NDB, should I say. Which we are. So HNS is on 242. I'm not sure if my nav graph will work or not. We'll see. It's been a while, so maybe it's not updated. Okay, it works. Here we go. Here's Haynes. So this is Haynes right here, 245. It's 4 dots, a dash dot, and then 3 dots. So let's tune it and identify it. Need to keep changing up our power settings here. Don't want everything to get too over-temped. And manifold pressure is looking good. All right, let's tune this. So 245, and let's identify it. ADF. You hear that? So we got our dot, 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 dot. It'll come on again here. Dot, dot, dash, dot, 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 dot. Exactly. Perfect. So we know we're actually tuning the correct NDB right now. And as long as we fly this, we should be good. Now, this radio compass here, it doesn't do anything when you turn it. The whole point of this is to just give you some situational awareness. So for instance, if I am currently on a 161-ish heading, 162 heading, we can come down here, we can change this to 162, and this will just match what we're doing. Again, doesn't have any effect on the NDB at all. Remember, this arrow only points directly at the NDB. And that's basically what we're doing right now. We're flying directly to the NDB. Now, it looks like it's a little off course here. We need to turn to the right a little bit more. So we got to spin this thing to the left. Must have some winds up here. Beautiful airplane, beautiful landscape. It's Alaska. All right, now it looks like we are going directly to it. So if we take a look at this, if you drew a line directly from here to Haynes, you can see we are heading directly to it. So then from there, what we'll do is off of Haynes, we'll fly over it, and then we'll go directly to Coughlin Island on 212. That will take us right to our airport. Let's go to trail. I forgot to do that on takeoff. Let's make sure we don't have any more checklists we gotta run. Gears up, red light, power adjustments advised. Booster pumps are off. Fuel gauges as required. Mixtures auto lean. Auto lean. Oh, auto lean. Oh, that's one thing I forgot about in the last time we flew this. I didn't realize there was an auto lean function. All right, mixtures are auto lean. And then automatic pilot as required. And that's it. Let's make sure all my lights are on. They are. We'll go ahead and turn on my windshield heat. My pitot here will turn on. And then we'll keep an eye out and see if we pick up any ice. Alrighty, so we're back. We are getting a little slow here. So let's go ahead and tilt ourselves down. So we need to pitch this up here. We need to start accelerating. So we are over 19,000. We're about 19,200. We want to be right at 19,000. So we'll try our best here to get back to it. This autopilot is not easy to control either. Alrighty. Beautiful. Just to pitch it down just a little bit more. Stop that climb. We are increasing in our thrusts, or in our speed, so our airfoil is creating more lift, thus we are climbing. Still working on this. Let's see if we can keep pitching down, especially as we increase our speed. We're gonna pull our prop back here too. We want it in the blue. Okay, there's that. Okay, so we're still descending, but not too much. We will increase our climb just a hair here. Our airspeed's looking good. And we'll take a look at our map. And we'll see where we're at. So we are heading to HNS. And then from HNS, we'll head on down. We'll be about halfway. So I'll keep playing around with the airplane with the pitch controls and everything else. And then we will be on our way here. Ooh, before we go, let's take a look at our cruise. Gear is up, power adjustments, fuel boosters. It just says right engine off. I have them both off. Fuel gauges as required. Let's take a look. Fuel's still looking good. Mixture's auto lean. I'd say we're right where it needs to be for the auto lean. Then automatic pilot is where it needs to be. Let's keep flying along. Alrighty, so we're back. We have made it. I know we're in a cloud right now, but we have made it really close to our NDB. So our next NDB was what, 212? Let's double check. It was 212. Let's see if we can get us on a heading to that NDB now. So 212. We should see this flip. It does. So if we're on about a 170, we need to be on about a 130 heading. So let's go ahead and change this to 130. And we'll see if that works. We'll also change this to 130. Okay, there's 130. Okay. So it looks like it needs to be more of like a 140 heading than a 130 heading. So let's change this to, although that's not exactly 130, it's like 126. Let's change this to like 126. Okay, so about a 140 heading is what we're looking like. So there's 140, it's right on the line. Now, are we picking up any ice? That's the real question here. We might be. Let's turn on some of our airframe de-icers and make sure that we're not getting any sort of ice right now, because that would be really bad. Also, I noticed that we have decreased our altitude a little bit, so we can try and increase our pitch again. And how are we looking now? So if we're on a heading of 140, let's change this to heading 140 as well. There's 140. All right, and we're out of the clouds. I don't think we picked up any ice, but we'll leave the de-icing on for now. And we are heading directly to our VOR. So we should be able to see on the map that we did a nice little turn here, right before the NDB, should I say. So we're heading to the NDB, not the VOR. And we did. So we did a nice little turn there at Haynes. And now, honestly, if we just follow this valley all the way down, we'll make it to our next NDB. So there is a valley out here. It's tough to see, but we are flying over it. And yeah, we'll just keep that going. And I think we have about 30 minutes left in our trip. Let's see what it looks like here. I don't know if this will give me a timeline. It won't, but that's okay. So yeah, I mean, we have, what, about 50 miles? 50 miles till we're there. So 50 miles at 180 miles an hour should be about, what, 15 minutes? Something like that. So yeah, so with that, I'll kind of leave us go here again, and we'll keep flying down to Juneau to drop off our cargo. Alrighty, guys and gals, here we are. We've actually made it pretty darn close to our airport. We're still heading kind of in a direction towards the NDB. So we do need to start our descent. Let's take a look at our descent checklist. Before landing, I guess we don't have a descent checklist, so we will just start descending. We'll get our mixture back up to rich. Props, we're going to be back to full forward. And we're going to start pulling our thrust back a little bit. And let's start pitching down. Alright. Doesn't have to be anything extreme. 2,000 feet per minute works. We want to also close our cow flaps. So there's our cow flaps. They're all closed. And we'll keep descending down. Is that our airport? No way. Are we that close? Because if it is, even better. That is our airport. Cool. So yeah, so we'll just keep kind of coming down here. I'm going to put us on a heading out here, so that way we get a little bit better of an approach. So let's go to heading about 180. And then I guess we do need to start sinking down a little bit faster. There's our runway. So we'll head out here. And then we'll maybe take a right turn. And then another right. What a beautiful airplane. I like the noise it's making too. The knocking sounds of the engine. Really, really cool. Alright, so there's our airport right there. So let's get ourselves on a heading of about east. And that'll turn us towards our airport. We're actually set up pretty good now. And I think we're going to hand fly it. The gyro power's off. And now we get to have some fun flying around these clouds. Now, obviously, we're a little high here, so we'll start coming down. I just want to make it over the clouds. That way I can say it's a true visual approach. Never lost sight of the runway. We can probably get our gear down here soon, too. Alright, gear's coming down. I don't think there's like a speed to it. I didn't see a speed limit, so I'm assuming speed limit's like 160 or 200 even. All right, gear is down. Now, most aircraft and people, when they're flying this approach, will stay kind of over here in the gully and then come around. But, you know, I kind of want to buzz this hill, so we'll see what happens. Alright, we can definitely get our windshields off, prop de-icer off. Carb de-icer we'll leave on for now. Yeah, we can probably turn it off, actually. Get all of our carb levers full. Maybe. There we go. Okay. There's our carb levers. And cow flaps. We'll go to trail. Just because I don't want the cylinder head temperatures to get too hot. And there's Juneau, Alaska. There's a glacier. Pretty neat. Alright, we're still a little high, so we'll keep it coming down. Alright, flaps are full. Let's do a before landing checklist. I know we've kind of done most of it, but let's make sure. Altimeters check. Fuel selectors left to left main, right to right main. Auto rich, carburetors off, fuel pumps, booster pumps on. Landing gear down, locked. Flaps as desired, radio's on, instruments checked. Alright, we're looking good. Start pulling our thrust back. Let's bring her on down. We're over the mountain. A little high. A little fast. See, we're high, but at least we're fast. It's actually a pilot joke right there. So, how we're going to do this is I'm going to bring us down a little bit right now, and then we will pitch up here, and we'll start to decrease our speed with our pitch. There we go. Our thrust is at idle. It's all about energy management here. So we're bleeding off the airspeed. We're looking good. Trying to land us right on the center line. That's going to be the key here. Right on the aiming points here. All right. A little bit of braking, not a lot. Oh no, a little bit more braking. Alright, we didn't go off the runway though. Alright, let's get all of our flaps all the way up and we'll taxi on in. I guess I could have let it roll for a little bit. But landing these aircraft is pretty difficult. So I've been trying out a new microphone here. So I did purchase a new microphone. I'm hoping that it comes in clear, and I'm hoping it doesn't pick up too many button clicks and everything else. It does have a tendency to do that, but I have moved some things. Alright, let's try not to run off the taxiway here as we pull into our hangar. That is the problem with these tailwheel. So, it is cool flying a tailwheel airplane, but I gotta say that it will be nice to get back to a tricycle gear one. Maybe something a little bit more modern, a little bit more high-tech. But for now, this is all we can really afford. And we'll probably keep it in the fleet, I'm thinking. Although we could sell it, you know, if we sold it and got something bigger, especially because we keep making money off of our other pilot flying the other airplane. I think we're going to keep the Twin Otter, though, that's for sure. The Twin Otter, it only needs one pilot. So our one pilot's good enough to fly it. So we don't have to pay any more salaries than just his. Parking brake set. And let's do a shutdown here. So I don't really even need this. Let's turn off. Our landing lights are off. Pitot heat's off. Boosters go off. Inverters off. Carb heat's off. Cow flaps to close. Cow flaps are closed. Mixtures cut off. Engines are stopping. Very good. Let's open up our baggage compartment. And anything else I'm missing here? Doesn't really look like it. Let's turn off our battery. Battery's off. And let's see if we can bring up air hauler 2. There we are. Okay. So far down here in the bottom corner, we can see that we have $832. For some reason, we can't see them. There we go. $832,000. We have Owen Musto still doing some cargo runs for me. In terms of our finances are increasing. Okay, our expenditures a lot. Monthly overhead's $117,000. We've already made that, so that's good. So yeah, so we just need to keep chugging along here. And eventually we'll be able to buy another airplane. So if we take a look at the market here, we can see that like for a 737, which would be cool, 737-700, it is $48 million cost new, but it is only $6 million leasing. And our airplane we could sell for like $3 million, I'm pretty sure. So for my airplane, I'm only going to get $1.5 million for it. But we could take out a loan as per our company finance here. So loans, I took out one for $3 million. I could take out a loan all the way up to another $7 million. So we would have enough for a 737 eventually, but I want to make sure that we get going on the right way here. You know, maybe get like a 737, maybe also get some more Twin Otters going, because the Twin Otters are nice. They can do kind of like these short hauls, whereas the 737s, we can go on much longer flights and load up a lot more cargo and make a lot more money. So yeah, but for now, you know, we'll keep chilling out with our DC-3. Maybe do a couple more flights with it, and then we'll think about upgrading. All right, guys, thanks for hanging out. I appreciate it. Until next time, I'll see y'all later. Take care.